This is Trebalium, featuring a game that I lost. I'm just kind of going back over and reviewing why I lost this game. I mean, I was completely focused. Um, and I feel like I used my resources about as well as I could have. I mean, one thing I can't stand is losing a game when you have a ton of resources. Resources in the thousands of crystals and thousands of gas. Here I'm doing a very early spawning pool at 6. I don't bother scouting. I know exactly where he's at. This is a 1v1 map. So I plan on building some Zerglings and going straight for his base. And my opponent, Majuan Bolsa, um, he kind of anticipates that, starts blocking off his entry ramp, which is pretty typical for Terran. He builds his first barracks at 10. I'm thinking my strategy is good if I can do some serious damage in my first rush. Otherwise, I'm going to be very behind in my resources. And now he's building his first supply depot. I finished my very first overlord. Got my spine pole out and getting ready for the attack. Got my 6 Zerglings. He's getting ready for me. He's got his 1 Marine, his bunker, and his barracks. Filling up that bunker as quick as possible. Unfortunately for him, this ramp is not very well sealed off. I don't know if that's by design, because it does force my Zerglings to run completely around the barracks in order to get slaughtered by the bunker, the Marines in the bunker. Come up here and I do what I can to kill hopefully one of his SCVs, but it comes to nothing. Although it does pause his production, I'm trying to get as much of an advantage as I can. Problem is, he's got so many SCVs in comparison to my drones that I'm not sure it really did give me much of an advantage. As a matter of fact, I can tell you, I mean, he's got so much more built compared to me. My strategy kind of puts me behind for a while. But one of the things it does to my advantage is it causes him to be a little bit more on the defensive. So he spends his resources to construct his planetary fortress, which would obliterate any Zerglings I try to send in there. He's got his factory coming up. I'm still just with my spawning pool. Got my queen. He's got his siege tanks out already. I'm building metallic boost. So I got my fastlings. And my rook for one. But he's got a starports coming up, and this is very devastating for me because I've only got tier 1 units. Here he comes with his raven to harass me, which I'm able to fend off relatively easily. Pretty good way to probe the base on his part. He's building his new command center away from any prying eyes. He doesn't really have much in the way of defenses in his base here. All he's got is his 2 sets of Marines and his tank. Sitting in their bunkers, they can be pretty powerful. So far, he doesn't really have a way to truly get into the base. We got some spore crawlers out here, kind of holding their position outside my base. I think we'll take out one of his ravens. Actually, I think I took out 2 ravens there. And here I go with the counterattack. Now, what I should have done, I should have sent these to his expansion base down here. This is completely pointless. I mean, he's out of resources. While I was here, I should have focused on destroying this armory, but I didn't. And these Seekers of missiles just totally decimate me along with the brute power of the siege tank. Really, he's got no defenses here. These auto turrets, they have temporary amount of time to be out, and they disappear. So I'm going for an expansion. Go for a second attack. This time I focus in on his command center, it looks like. These ravens are so annoying. But between his seeker missiles and this planetary fortress, I really didn't have a whole lot of chance there. Really, I should have placed that in his expansion base. Speaking of expansion bases, he starts focusing on my expansion base. I still have plenty of resources, but losing an entire hatchery would be really devastating. Of course, this attack on his auto turrets is pointless. All the turrets disappear after a while now. Got him. Almost have a second Raven. Let's see, one kill for my Spore Crawler. Oh, there goes another one. That's 2 kills for my Spore Crawler. Oh, so close. That is pretty good damage. And he's got he's really focusing on his gas right now.
Your forces are under attack.
Finally got some air units out against him, but to no avail. His secret missiles just decimate him. So much more air capability. Now he's really focusing on taking out my primary base. Although I do have a secondary base building up over here. One that I'm hoping he doesn't know about. And I'm trying to rebuild this one. Of course, this is very expensive. It's costing me a small fortune. Money that isn't being replenished at this point. So he's totally got me here. Attacks my natural. But I still have an enhanced base. Hoping to focus more on my air units, which would be a really good idea right about now. But to no avail. Totally taken out by secret missiles. And IGG. Well, I hope this helps you in your strategies. Maybe you might want to borrow his tactics for Mass Raven, or think of a good counter to this.